Welcome back to another episode of Parker's Range with your host, Isaac. Today, I just want to give you a simple bout of motivation. See, I don't know what you're going through out there, and this is going to be quick. I'm being in and out. I don't know what you're going through out there, but I do know one thing. Whatever the overall objective is, the best outcome, that beautiful portrait that you have in your mind of making it or success or having done it, it's right there for you. You know, you don't have to wish on it. It's right there for you. God put it on your heart for a specific reason. Don't have a bunch of doubt surrounding it. It's there for a specific reason. You just gotta do a couple little things in the now, in the physical, to make it come to life. Now, this is the part where it gets a little tricky. The doing of those things, it may be a little challenging. It may be a little uncomfortable. You may have to let go of some things and sacrifice other things. But I promise you, if you could do a little bit of sacrificing for just a small period of life, small period of time, 12 to 18 months, you'll probably get there or be well on your way down that path of getting there. I know a financial burden is a true thing. Financial burden, it's a complex topic that I know we all go through. However, you're not alone, because there's a tremendous amount of individuals out there in the world who battle with financial setback, unknowns, financial doubt, the lack of trust with oneself around finance, around money management, around handling the dollars that God has given us to steward. That stewardship, it's a touchy topic. If we don't steward it right, we go down paths of debt. We go down paths of a lot of credit card use, material items being purchased, nice vehicles, nice trips and outings and dinners every week, every night. Life becomes a little flamboyant. And I'm not saying that life can't be flamboyant. I want you to have that. I want you to have that. But I don't want all that stuff to have you. I don't want the debt and the material items and the creditors and the mortgages, and I don't want that to have you. I want you to be, taking control of the horse. Don't let the horse just do whatever it wants. So we gain control. We gain control. Because a lot of remember we started off with, that portrait that you have in your mind of where you're trying to go. I would bet that a great proportion of what's stopping that from coming to life has to do with money. Has something to do with money. The way we're handling the dollars that come into our possession on a monthly basis. Now, we can gain control of that. We can have a little flamboyance. We can have the things that come to our heart, our desires, within reason. So I don't want you to think you can't ever have anything. But I'm saying it may be to a point right now in your life where the things are having you and you're not having things no more. It may be that it has gotten truly lopsided. Where maybe the debt is up to here and you don't really feel like you can breathe too much. Maybe you just don't understand. Like I can't get a grip on why don't I have any money? What's the reason for me not having any money? Like I work hard. I'm putting in 40-hour weeks. What's wrong? Why don't I got any money? The public, the news, and all these different outlets are going to say, it's the economy. It's this entity. It's the left. It's the right. It's blah, blah, blah. Isaac is here to tell you that it's none of that. I would say for the vast majority of y'all, it's the person in the mirror. And I'm not here to point fingers because Isaac has done his fair share of stupidity when it comes to money over the past decade. But the number one thing that Isaac has done is allowed every trip and fall to be a point of reflection, analyzation, so I can get up and fight again. Fight ain't never over, y'all. Don't lose your hope. Never lose your hope. It ain't never over. You gotta be tenacious. You gotta be persistent. You gotta have that dog, that fight in you. Allow this to be a test. If you're in that financial quagmire, you don't know what to do. I'm lost. Let this be a test to say, hey, if I get out of this, I'm gonna put some awards in that cookie jar. I'm gonna put a few awards in that cookie jar. And we ain't never coming back to this. So don't be too hard on yourself. But get focused. Get focused on where you're trying to go. Get focused. It ain't that hard. Come on, we can flip this thing upside down and be in a positive and moving forward. It ain't that hard. We got to get focused, though. We got to get on a budget. Come on, Isaac. That don't sound too fun. Ain't none of this supposed to be fun. It gets fun when you get control. When you gain control of the horse. You start, okay, hey, we're going this way. Hey, we're going this way. Hey, stop. Hey, pause, slow down. All right, let's go. Let's get in a little trot. Let's get in a little canter. But for a lot of us, the horse is over here, horse is over there. We don't know which way. It's bucking you off sometimes. You got people laughing and pointing at you. Let's gain control of the horse. Let's gain control of the ship. We gain control, we're back on board. We ain't got too much to worry about. Gotta get on a budget. Gotta know what's coming in and going out. You gotta write a budget and you gotta analyze the budget on a daily basis. For some of us, we have gotten way too out of control that we cannot go on a monthly basis and analyze what's going on within our money. We got to get on a budget, and we got to analyze the budget every day like you taking lunch. Every day like it's the post-dinner scrolling time. Like, you got to analyze. I'm not saying you got to analyze the budget for 2 hours. I'm just saying tap in. A business doesn't let a day go by where, if they should not let a day go by where at the end of the day they're not counting that drawer, they're not seeing what came in, they're not seeing what did we gross today, how much income did we bring in today, how much did we spend today. This is how we gain control. It's not sexy though. Ain't none of it sexy. Sometimes it's a nuisance. But we got to run our life like we run a business. We got to maintain our income the way we maintain the income of the company you work for. You got to be intentional. We go to work and we implement these really good skills and models and, preventative maintenance measures. But when we go home, we don't do it. We just free willy-nilly with our own life, and we expect free willy-nilly. Don't know what's doing nothing. I'm just doing it. I'm not here to try to put you down, but I'm definitely here to say, yo, I'm not even going to go any deeper than that. We got to get on a budget, and we must analyze it on a daily. You do that, I promise you, you'll see some success. And that'll get you one step closer to that mental portrait that's in your mind that's saying, man, I would love to have a life like this, where I don't have so much worry, where the number one problem every day isn't money, where I have choice and options, a life where I'm not drowning in debt, a life where I have money come in on a bi-weekly or monthly or weekly basis, and I have a significant amount of money left over. Because we got on a budget. We began analyzing that budget on a daily basis in order to keep us on track. Hey, y'all, it's simple. A column for income, a column for your expenses, and another column for your variable expenses, the things that change, like the amount of gas you're spending in the month, or, just things that pop up out of nowhere. Most things don't pop up out of nowhere, though. So don't utilize that to your advantage. Most things don't pop up out of nowhere. Christmas don't pop up out of nowhere. Birthdays don't pop up out of nowhere. Some things don't pop up out of nowhere. We allow them to pop up out of nowhere and throw everything off board. It don't gotta be like that. It's not necessary. Because when we go, you gotta understand, and I'm going down another sort of a rabbit hole right now, but those little times where you just let things get out of control, it's really hard to gain it back, get it back on course, because it's a tendency. It's like one of the most basic psychological tendencies, the tendency to stay committed. I'm committed. I'm committed to this thinking. I'm committed to this way of operating. I'm committed. You ever realize that you get a flow of, like, you go to work, you get off, you're playing a video game or you're watching some TV, and the next thing you know, weeks have gone by and you're doing that same behavior when you used to come home, get some food together, cook, be productive, do productive activities. You take one or few couple days of getting off beat. I'm just gonna lounge here. You do it the next day. I'm gonna order pizza. You do it the next day. I'm gonna order out. You do it the next day. It's a psychological tendency. I don't know why we do it, but don't believe too much that I say. I ain't got no big letters next to my name, left or right, up or down. I'm just a man that understands to some extent some of the behaviors that he sees in himself and the people around him and some of the things that he reads about a little bit of psychology, psychological tendencies. It's really hard to get. You ever realize, like, hey, I'm getting off work and I'm going to cook a nice meal and I'm hitting the gym. You do that again the next day. You do that again the next day. You do that again the next day. But as soon as them friends call you, hey, man, come on out with us. We're having a beer after work. That done thrown you all off. It done thrown you off. It done took you out of your fitness. It done took you out of your good habits. It got you spending money all crazy. So be selective on what you choose. Because it's you. At the end of the day, it's you. You know what throws you off. Don't be thrown off. Stay focused. Stay locked in. Stay locked in for 12 to 18 months. I promise you, you'll see some success. I didn't even say you got to go get a pay raise. I didn't say you got to double your income. I didn't say nothing like that. I just said stay locked in 12 to 18 months and do the things that I'm saying to do. Get on a budget, analyze it on a daily. Work your way out of debt. Work your way out of debt over these next 18 months. You got 20, 30, 40, 50,000. See how quick you can pay it off if you just sit down for a little while. Sit down for a little while. In 2 years, you could do whatever you want to do within reason. But I want you to sit down for 18 months and just lock in. Lock in for 18 months. See what happens. I'm not saying do nothing. I'm not saying to start a side gig. I'm not saying how to. I'm just saying sit on your behind and do little to nothing. Go and make your income. Yeah, I'm not saying go get a gym membership. I'm not saying do none of that. I'm just saying stay locked in and sit down for a little while. And see how you transform your life. See how you get better with your handling of your money. See how you pay down all to almost all of your debt. See how you save up a little bit of money. See how you start contributing to your 401k at your job because you got extra money, your Roth IRA. See how you start saving up for a home. See how you start putting money away in a brokerage account outside of your 401k and your Roth IRA, and you start saving up to pay cash for a house in the next 10 years. Because you said, after I get out of debt, I ain't going into debt no more. I'm just gonna go pay cash. See about doing these things that I'm telling you for the next 18 months. See what happens. See how it help you just to get in front of the YouTube and listen to some positive, inspirational stuff and turn that news off every morning. See what happens. Look, man, I ain't got all the answers. I'm flawed and all. But I know what 18 months could do for you. And some of y'all, it ain't even gonna take 18 months to get a real good handle on your money, pay off all your debt, save you up 6 months of expenses for an emergency, and start investing 15 to 25% of your income. It's not gonna take some of y'all that long, because I know some of y'all not in such a bad financial space as you might think. You just gotta gain control of the horse. Hey, hold on. I'm taking control of this. And take control and see what happens. See how in the next 24 months, you ain't even worrying about the money no more. You done increased your net worth, double, triple, quadruple. Now you looking around like, I'm really thinking about doing something else. I'm thinking about, I might take that, I might go ahead and swap careers. Now I can do it. Now I might be able to, I'm in a mind frame now of positivity, of abundance, of more than enough. So you gain control of the horse within your finances. You might see that, hold on, I'm in a way different space mentally. I got a net worth, I got a positive net worth. I don't owe nobody nothing. The money come in, I got like, after I pay the bare minimums, my rent, my mortgage, the little bit of gas, the food, I got like 60% of my income left. I got like 75% of my income left over. Once I got them creditors and car payments and all, I got that out of my life. I got all this money left over every month. Then what you gonna do? You might tell the boss, nah, I'm out of here, I'm good. They come into the office doing that rah-rah, pessimistic, cynical stuff. You might say, I'm out of here, man. I can't take no more days of this. What you gonna do? I ain't got no payments. I don't got no payments. I don't owe nobody nothing. And I got a positive net worth. And I got money set aside for 3 to 6 months of expenses. I can maintain myself for 6 months plus. And I got a little side savings account. And I got a little side account that I can utilize if I want to purchase a house in the next decade. Not down payment, cash. They looking at you at work like, what you talking about? How you just going, look, man, I've been locked in for the past 18 months. Y'all didn't see? Oh, y'all must have forgot. When y'all was asking me to, nah, I can't go to lunch. Remember them days I was sitting right here? Yeah, I didn't tell you, but I'm being real quiet. I came across Parker's Ranch, hosted by Isaac. And he was giving me that game. And he said, if I did this for 18 months, I'll be all right. So you about to leave? I already left. Oh man, I'm cramping up. I'm cramping up. Oh, that was funny. Y'all be positive, y'all. Keep your spirit up. Keep God first. Understand that the rich rule over the poor and the borrower is slave to the lender. So stop borrowing money. Get that out of your head. You could be your own bank. You save up your own money. You need money, you go to the bank account. That's it. You ain't got to do all that other stuff, man. All that other stuff will lead you down a real nasty path of darkness. You can't be abundant. You can't be in a mindset of more than enough greatness when you're tied down by debt and you got no control over what's going on with your money. You ain't got no control. You ain't got no control. Spending here, spending there. You ain't got no budget. Your budget's all off. I'm not saying you got to be some type of financial miser for the next 3 decades of your life. I'm just saying gain some control. So once we get out of debt and we got all this money saved up, we can start planning what's coming next. A lot of our poor financial habits, behaviors, actions come from not being able to plan a little further. See, you're going to get a little bit better at this budgeting stuff. It's going to get a little bit more complex down the line, I'm telling you. A little bit more complexity is okay. You're going to enjoy it, I promise you. You're gonna graduate from having an income column, a fixed expenses column, a variable expenses column, to now you're gonna have a net worth column where you have all your assets listed out. And at the end of that, at the bottom is gonna have a block and it's gonna say net worth. That's your net worth. And then you're gonna have some other columns in there. And those columns are gonna be dated out for the future. We want to start dating things out. Hey, in the next 8 months, we should be at this financial target, this financial objective. And we're going to get there by putting this amount away in January, this amount away in February, this amount away, and it goes, the list goes on and on. So when you land at June, when you land at February, you know what your asset's going to be. You already know where you're going to be at. You might be a little off to the left or right, maybe more, maybe less, depending on how things are going. But we're going to graduate to a lot of that. Some of y'all already understand. But some of y'all, you're understanding. You're getting to that level of understanding. And I didn't mean for this to totally be some type of financial wisdom video, but I want to get you motivated. Motivated. I want you motivated. I want to see you in a mindset of abundance, more than enough, greatness. And we get there by doing these small little actions that I'm talking about right now. So don't be shy. Tap in. This is Parker's Ranch. You know, we're gonna talk about this stuff. We're gonna talk about how to get down the path of wealth creation. You know, we're gonna talk about where we should be at in the next decade. We're gonna get out of this poverty, lack, scarcity, not enough mindset. And we're gonna start thinking a little bit more in the future. We're gonna think a lot more in the future. We're gonna be way down the line. You're going to have plans for 2034. But it starts now. Getting on that budget, sticking to that budget, analyzing your budget on a daily. Listing them debts out from smallest to largest and start paying down that smallest debt and get them debts out of your life in 18 months. Getting some money set aside for emergencies. Putting it up in a high yield savings account. Getting some extra money, get that money flowing into them financial vehicles with them beautiful umbrellas over them like a 401k and a Roth IRA. That's gonna protect you from some of them tax obligations in the future. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna talk about all that. You know, we're gonna start planning out for the future. We're not trying to jump from 0 to 1,000. We're trying to jump from 0 to 10 right now. We're trying to get over this little hump. We're trying to gain control. Gain control. Gain control. Breathe. It's going to be all right. It's going to take a little bit of work. You're going to have to be dedicated. You're going to have to be locked in. You have to sacrifice. You have to say no. But you do this stuff, and I promise you, you'll see some results. But you gotta stay focused. Stay focused. You get off of here, you going right down and you go and list out everything you got going on every month within your money. How much is coming in? How much is going out? all your subscriptions and this is and that. We're not gonna get rid of nothing right now. I just need you to put it in your face. When you can look at it, look at it, look at it. You know where you're going. You know what you need to do. I'm not saying you gotta go throw no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying get ready of Netflix. That's not what I'm doing. Because you might need the Netflix. Because that might be the only thing you're doing for the next 18 months is a little bit of Netflix after work. And putting some food on that stove. Agree? So you might have to be that. I'm sitting in the house for the next 18 months Netflixing it up. So I ain't going to take that from you. But I might take from you is you going to go outside and you're going to sell that car that you're paying $500, $600, $700 a month on. That might be what I'm telling you to do. Oh, Isaac, I can't do that. They're not saying you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to give some things up. I know they're going to look at you. What happened to your old car? Didn't anybody ever tell you to mind your business? That's what you tell them. And you move on about your day. And you realize that we're not in this life to play the look at me game. I'm in this life to gain some freedom, to gain some choice, some opportunity. Because in the next 18 months, when you like, I ain't got no debt. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm free. They're going to look at you like, and I got money put away, stacked up. And I'm investing every month. And y'all come in this office with that one more time, I'm telling you, I'm going to roll my happy behind and all my supplies up on out of here. Because I done got a few emails. And they said they was hired. So if you think y'all the only one, you got another thing coming. That's real, y'all. That's real. When you got money, you don't have debt. You got control over your money that's coming in every month. Or you got options. You got options. But on the other hand, you up to here in debt, can't breathe. One missed payment, one day out of work, everything's gonna fall apart. No handling on your money. Don't know what's coming in, what's going out. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a little control over you. They're gonna be able to tell you, no, this is what you're gonna do. No, this is what you're going to do. And you're gonna sit there like, you're right, I am gonna do that. Frail, scared, nervous. Yes, you're right, I'm gonna do that. Now that's not fun. That ain't fun. And some of y'all are in that position right now. You're right, I'm gonna do that. Yep. You're right. And you got them keys in your pocket. And you heard this, and you're like, yeah, you're going tonight. I'm about to sell you. Come home crying to your husband. Come home crying to your wife. Come home crying to your friend. Man, I can't. Oh, you're going to do that. You're right, because I got all this debt. And I have no control over my money. You're right, I'm going to do that. Yep. Going home crying. Going home miserable. Don't want to wake up and go to work. Ugh. Bitter, angry, resentful. Lack, scarcity, not enough. It's all, you're cloaked in it. But I need you to get up out of that. I need to shake you up out of that real quick. Get up out of it, get up out of it, get up out of it. We're cloaking you with abundance. We're cloaking you with more than enough. We're cloaking you with greatness. But we're going to have to give some things up, right? We got to give some things up. We got to say no. We got to sit our behind down. We can't go out no more. This is, the house is on fire. We got to move. You know, things are going bad right now. We got to get in the fight. We got to get back in the fight. It's ugly. It's dark. This was not the plan 10 years ago. We had way different plans 10 years ago. But this is what it is right now. We got to get back in that fight. Let's get back in the fight. We get back in the fight by doing a few different things. Managing the money. Understand what's coming in and what's going out every month, every day. Analyze it. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. Why are you always looking at your budget? Because I got to gain control. It's too much. This is too weighty. It's too weighty. It's too much sitting on this. It's too much. I got to get control. I got to gain control. You can't come out for a burger? I cannot come out for a burger. You ask me that one more time. I told you I packed my lunch. That's how you got to get. You got to get angry. You got to get back in the fight. You got to be dedicated. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes. Within reason. Within morality. Within God's calling for your life. You got to get back in that fight though. Because we were not made to be borrowers. We weren't made to be slaves to the lender. And the creditors and the mortgages and the car payments and the credit card, they got you here. And you allowed it. You willfully let this happen. Maybe due to normality. Maybe due to tradition. Maybe due to this or that. None of that matter. We got to get back in the fight. We got to get back in the fight. Because we can't let this go for the next 10 years. We can't let this life of a lack, scarcity, not enough, frailness. You're right, I'm going to do that. Freaking hate this place. You got no other choice. You can hate it as much as you want, but you got to get back in that fight. You got to knuckle up and get back in the fight. And we get back in the fight, not by knuckling up with the externals. We knuckle up with self. Because self is the issue. For the vast majority of us, it's us. It ain't that we don't make money. It ain't that we don't make enough money. It ain't the left, it ain't the right, it ain't the government, it ain't the economy, it ain't the... It's me, Isaac, the guy in the mirror. That's the conclusion that I had to come to way back then. That's the conclusion. I had to come to that reality. You are the guy. It's you. And for some of y'all, it's you. It is you. And that's a harsh reality to come to terms with. But once you come to terms with it, we just get past it. You ain't got to sit in that for the next 6 years. You come to terms with it now, and you start making the changes now, and tomorrow you wake up and it's way better. Because we're starting down the path of doing what we got to do. Right? So I'm not here to knock you. I'm not here to put you down. But I'm here to wake you up. You got to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Because I want to see you win. I want to see you do well. I want to see you have abundance, more than enough, prosperity, an abundance mindset. You can't have all that if you got debt. You got all these external obligations. You got all this, bad behavior around money. It's really difficult. I'm not saying this is going to be easy. I'm not saying you're going to be good at this tomorrow, but I'm saying you start walking down that path and you get in the fight. And you say, this is what we're doing. body, the mind, the spirit, your soul is going to follow. But you got to, this is what we're doing. I signed up for this. So this is what we're doing. We're changing our life. Honey, we're changing our life. But I want the car. But I want to use credit cards. But I want to be in all this debt. Look, I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm going to become sick and not have my life in the next decade if I continue down this path. I can't do it anymore. Can't be up there in debt. I can't be owing all these creditors. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't do it. I'm scared. I'm nervous. We're not going to leave nothing behind for our children. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So, babe, I think we can do this. If you ain't got a babe right now, look yourself in the mirror. Go to the bathroom, look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I think we can do this. In 18 months, we might have a net worth, a positive one, 0 debt, an emergency fund. I'm tired of playing the traditional game. It doesn't work. I know all the social media content creators, and I know they all say you got to go into debt, get a mortgage, real estate, this, double down. That's not working. For the vast majority, it doesn't work like that. I'm going to let you know this. If you look at the stats behind net worth, people who live paycheck to paycheck, how much the average person has in the bank, it's sad. So all I'm saying is, let's snap out of this. Let's gain control of the financial horse. And let's start down that path of wealth creation. I just gave y'all a few nuggets. I just gave y'all a few tips, tidbits on what to do. What's next? How are we going to finish this? Go for a walk. Soak on that for a while. Get outside. Go for a walk. Because that's probably what you're going to be doing for the next year or two. Year and a half. Sitting watching a little TV. Going for walks. Simplifying your life tremendously. Selling stuff. But we got to gain control. We gain control, I promise you. You will have an entirely different life in the next 18 months. You say, how I do this? I told you it's possible. You got to look back on this video. I said, I told you it's possible. Just had to do it. Now you got options. Don't let that boss talk to you like that no more. Don't let that manager talk to you like that no more. Oh yeah, that's what, okay. Look, I got a lot of respect for you. But I ain't doing that. No sir, not me. There's a lot of opportunity out here for the people who can see it. You don't see it when you're suffocating in debt. You got all these different financial burdens, but when you gain control, you start doing the right things. You're like, hold on. I got this. I can see clearly. There's abundance all around. There's greatness. There's more than enough all around. Hold on, no. I don't need to take this. I don't need to, I don't need to do this. I could do it this way. Because you start seeing different when you gain control and when you get in the fight and you say, I'm changing my life. I'm out of here, y'all. This is Parker's Ranch, and I am your host, Isaac. Keep the faith.